Hi guys, sorry I've been so absent lately. I've been so busy and I feel terrible. I'm actually going to Europe in like 2 days, so that's why I've been so busy and I've also had exams recently and yes, I'm sorry. I've just been very busy. Um, Along with the Europe thing, I won't be uploading any more videos for like 7 weeks because I'll be in Europe, but I will definitely be back toward the end of January and I will definitely, well, not definitely, but I'll hopefully have some video footage from when I'm in Europe, which I might put into like a vlog video, but we'll see. Let me know if you want me to do that. But this is basically a book review. This is the first proper one I've done. And it's not in a very hyped book, which is why I think I decided to do it. I wanted to just talk about something different. Plus, I literally just finished reading this like 10 minutes ago, and it was so good. Anyway, so the book that I'm talking about is Ghost Song by Sarah Raine. This book was like mind-blowingly good. I was not expecting it to be this good. Oh my god. It was like my TBR jar pick, which I don't really do as a regular thing. I just sort of decided to do it because I made my TBR and I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I pulled it out and this book was like right at the bottom of like my TBR. I was like, I'll read it eventually. And I picked it up and I was like, oh my god, it's amazing. So it was really good. Basically, it's the way I described it. I think like before I read it, I said that it sounded like a cross between Jack the Ripper meets like Phantom of the Opera, and it kind of was. It was really good. It was way better than I was expecting. Basically, there's this old hall or like music theater that's got this like ghost legend around it, and people like it's been closed for over like 100 years or close to that. It basically closed at the beginning of World War One, and no one really knows why, and it's been sitting there empty for a really long time, and there's like this theater company in charge of it that gets like paid to look after it from like an owner, but nobody knows who the owner is. And yeah, and then one day this guy is asked to go in and just do like an update and check up on it just to make sure that everything's still working. And he's walking along and he finds this like wall underneath the theatre that's not supposed to be there. And he gets really sus and yeah, and then he gets like one of these girls who works for the like company that looks after the theatre involved, and they start sort of looking into the theatre and its past and its history and why it closed and what might be behind that wall. And it is actually so good. Like, I was expecting it to purely be about the theatre, and it's not. It goes so much into all these characters' backgrounds, and these characters at the beginning of the story that start off just as like side characters have these awesome backstories that like link with the main characters and the theatre, and it's just so like I just can't get my head around how good this was gonna be. Like, I literally ran out into the family room like so many times because my mom's read this, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, mom, this is like amazing!" And she's like, "I know," and it was just so good, and like it spans over several different eras. Like we follow characters in 1887, which is like when the theatre was at like its prime time, and then 1914. There's this character who is part of the theatre then, and there's a lot of stuff to do with World War One as well. Not too much, so like don't worry, it's not a history book, but they do like touch on some things to do with World War One, which is kind of cool because I didn't know that, and it's really awesome just because if you know your World War One history, they'll mention things which sort of have to do with the beginning of the war, and you'll know like how they pan out before it happens just from like basic history. And it's just really cool because you're like, oh, that's gonna happen, that's awesome. And anyway, sorry, I'm a bit of a history nerd, but it was just like so good, and the characters were like amazing, and yeah, I just couldn't believe all of the like plot twists in here and how all of the characters were connected or in some way connected to like the theatre, and like how this ghost story came about and why it was brought up again. in like the present time, and I was just blown away by this book. It's like possibly the best book I've read all year. Might be stretching it. I did read The Book Thief this year, but like this is one of the best books I've read for a really long time. I don't remember the last time I was so interested in a book. Like my friends, I told like all my friends about it and my family, and I was like, oh my god, this book's amazing. So I seriously recommend this to anyone. It is not young adult, it is adult, but it's a very easy read. Like I by no means had to use any like brain power to get through this book. Like it's quite a light read. It's classified as a psychological thriller, I believe, but it's just I need to read it. But yeah, it's just so cool, and I'm rambling, but you should read the book. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the book because it was really, really good, and I feel like I have never seen it on BookTube ever. I'd never heard of Sarah Rain because of BookTube. I heard about it from my mum, and yeah, I just sort of wanted to put this out on the BookTube community because, yeah, I'd never seen it on here, and it's such a good book, and I reckon so many people would like it. It's not like a boy's book or a girl's book, like anyone could read it, and just read it. But yeah. Also, wanted to point this out. Look at the shirt that my friend got me. It's Pierce the Veil shirt if you can't see. And it's literally just like awesome. I got this to Secret Santa from my friend. Yeah, we're doing Secret Santa a bit early this year because I'm going to Europe. But I'm so happy. Anyway, yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry again about the absence and future absence. I will be back end of January, and you'll see more of me then. But yes, thank you so much, and hope everyone has a lovely Christmas. Bye bye.